Hi, welcome back to another game of Steel Division. Today I'm going to be using the 20th German Armor Division, going up against the Povgruppe Tyrarina Russian Armor Division, the hard AI on the left in red, and myself in blue on the right. So before we begin, I'm going to just quickly show off the two decks, and then we'll get started. First up is the 20th Panzer German Armor Division on a balanced deployment type. And the thinking behind this deck was to go for a more defensive approach in Phase A, and then make those more aggressive pushes in Phase B and C. So you can see in Phase A for infantry I've got the Osttroopen. It's going to be the long range weapons. We have the Osttroopen for close quarter combat. For armor we've got the Panzer 3Ls with their APCR shells. So although they are a cheap 40 cost unit, they can actually deal with armor at close range pretty easily. We've got the T-34s kind of working as a shield wall with their 100 frontal armor, and that's going to be able to soak damage while your Marder 1s and Pack 40s will be dealing with their tanks. For Phase B, we've got the Pioneers for close quarter combat and the Panzer Grenadiers for long range. We've got the Panzer 4Gs and Hs coming up for armor support. Phase C, more Panzer Grenadiers, but this time they have the Panzer Fire so they can deal with armor themselves. They've also got the half tracks as well, so giving that extra firepower to deal with infantry, and they'll be backed up with the Panzer 4Hs. For support we've got the Grills, Marder 1s and Pack 40s, the 88s, and then for artillery we've got the mortars. That's going to be used as a more of a suppressive unit, not so much for our own pushes, but because in Phase A we're playing defensively, it's going to be trying to stall their pushes. We have the 220mm off map, which is going to be making our job a lot easier with our push, and then the 150mm heavy artillery, which will be able to really help us with pushing in Phase C. For air support we've got the Ju-87D5s dealing with their armor, the Bf-109 rockets dealing with their infantry and gun emplacements. We're going to try to hold the skies in Phase B with the Bf-109s. They have 485 costs with the elites, and then we've also got the Bf-109 bombers for ground support. Next up is the Povgruppe Tyrarina Russian Armor Division on a Maverick deployment type. This is a more aggressive assault deck, so you want to be making those big pushes in Phase A and B, since you have plenty of armor support with the T-34 76s, and you've got plenty of these assault units such as the Aspa-Sneaky and the Tanker-Sneaky, along with the Sappers and Stormosviki. We're good at dealing with close quarter combat. We've got TNT, we've got flamethrowers, Molotovs, anti-tank grenades, and then we've also got the Strelky and Stormosviki for long range support. To deal with our armor, we've got the ZIS-2s and the Su-85s. We've got heavy artillery coming up in Phase B. That's going to apply more pressure to make those pushes a little bit easier. We've also got the PE-3BISs for rocket support, and then trying to hold the skies with the Yak-9 and Yak-9Ts. So the match is starting, and we'll just quickly go over each one of our flanks. So in the south we've got all our units kind of setting up around these two flags here. I'm actually going to try to capture their flag early on. And in the center, up on the hill, we've got a couple of these T-34s and a Marder 1. And then in the town we've got the Flamewaffen and Osttroopen. It's going to try to hold there, and then I'll be trickling reinforcements into the town throughout the game. So the reason why I've sent so many units down south is because I wanted a really solid defensive position that I wouldn't have to keep checking on. I wanted to be able to hold this flag throughout the majority of the game and focus on some of the other fronts. So MG42 does spot and take out that Maxim, and we managed to get our Flamewaffen over into this forest. I was expecting a little bit more of the enemy to come down this road, but with that we do manage to fall those flamethrowers back. This hill is actually a really strong advantage point because you can kind of see over this town. Flame weapons have unloaded into these buildings now, and looks like there's going to be a small engagement here. Smoke goes up. They do have a lot of armor back there, which was helping them with that engagement. So there's the Marder 1 unloading now, knocking out that T-34. VA-10M should go down. Along with the Ju-87V5, knocking out those other two T-34s. I do drop the smoke, just trying to keep these guys alive. The Armada's just knocking out those infantry units. I was going to try to chase, see if I could get the surrender, but he's already falling back. The enemy does unload a lot of infantry units over here now, captures my flag unfortunately. But we are starting to bring up reinforcements. We've got the Osttrooper and the Marder 1 coming up. So we do have that defense set up nicely. Unfortunately, I didn't know just how much was in here. I thought since I captured this flag so early on that they must have unloaded back here. And because this does go all the way out here just due to one guy, I was a little bit too afraid to push since I did have such a nice defensive area. A little bit of microing there, just trying to keep that guy alive. I knew that once the flame stream had gone down, I could back up before getting hit by his SMGs. Osttrooper just getting into a better position. I've also got my scouts back here so that they can spot the entire road for my Marder 1. Knocking out that VA-10M pretty easily. Ooh, that's a nice shot on the Su-85. Unfortunately, we do lose vision. And now I'm just trying to bring up these Osttroopers over to these buildings. I want to know what's here and how much I have to bring up to deal with them. Like he's getting ready for another engagement here, and some reinforcements, some T-34s and flamers. Looks like he's also going to try to make that push. Luckily I do get those Osttroopers in there in time. Nice, some nice flame stream there. T-34 goes down. Oh, nice. That's the grill back here. Now bringing up the Panzer 3Ls, forcing those infantry to fall back. Nice bombing run there, knocks out a T-34 and a B-810. T-34s are engaging with our Panzer 3Ls though, so we're going to try to back them up. Tried to drop the smoke, but it wasn't enough. Vital one does go down to that T-34, but our Austroopen do manage to force the flamers to fall back. Looks like the grill has spotted those just sneaky. Oh no, sorry. They spotted the strokey. I've also set up an 88 back here. I think it's just slowly moving up. Because there was armor pushing along here, I wasn't too sure how much more armor they had back there. Just trying to get away from those flames. Just waiting for our reinforcements to arrive. Got the Stormtrooper in their half tracks coming up now. Enemy also bringing up quite a lot of reinforcements with these T-34s and Asper Sneaky, along with the Tanker Sneaky as well. Oh, nice shot there from the grill. So I've actually pulled this grill up a little bit closer now. It's a little bit exposed if they were to bring up armor. But with the 88 there, shouldn't be too dangerous. We're about to see that T-34 go down. JU-87D5, about to do another bombing run. As my scouts do spot those T-34s. So more reinforcements coming up now. Oh, nice hit there. That's 7 infantry killed in one shot. The grill is spotted. Hopefully with the 88 we should be able to survive though. Nice shot there. I also brought up these Panzer Shreks so that we can support a push if we were to go for this flag. I think I'm holding off a little bit just for now. I just want some more units before I feel confident making this push. So I do have the mortars coming up, and another Panzer 3L. Commander's finally coming onto the stage. Going to give a nice bonus experience to all my units in this town. Not too much happening anywhere else. Looks like they have brought up a couple of new infantry units. They've also got this Su-85 sitting back here. Oh, actually, we've got a lot of units coming up now. M2A1 goes down. I think it must have just dropped off some snipers and was trying to pull back. Ran straight into our Panzer 3L. Very so strokey to fall back now, because I do want to regain control of this flag. Looks like a lot of units starting to build up now on the southern flank. Starting to hit our T-34. I think I did notice that, yeah, so I have to fall back a bit and bring up the JU 87D5, which is probably going to get a lot of kills right now. There's 4 tanks go down. Sniper team actually just suicide running into those tanks. I don't know why that happened. Now starting to bring up the Panzer 4s. We've got our ace here. And we're just starting to move into those buildings that we have recaptured from the enemy. So at this point in the game I am starting to mass my units so that we can get ready for some pushes into their areas. More reinforcements coming up with the grill. 3 more of these Panzer, oh sorry, 2. We have 2 Panzer H's, grill, and some Pioneers. They're going to be setting up over here. I think I'm going to try to push this or push this. And we're starting to advance now in the town. Park track does go down to those anti-tank grenades, unfortunately. T-34 does take out our Panzer 3L, which pretty much ceases our push. I didn't realise just how many units were in there, and I thought with the mortar cover I should be able to push them out, but we ended up losing too many units there. So the enemy has got some more units now down the southern flank. You might even see an engagement here between these sappers and Flamewaffens. Oh, there's a TNT. And they go down. Hopefully these guys should be able to force them to fall back. Oh, there's some TNT. So we do lose them and lose the flag, unfortunately. Some armor pushing up now. Shouldn't have any trouble dealing with those. And we've actually now moved up our SU-85, taking shots at our pioneers. Just managed to get them into that building though. Just managed to hang on with that Marder 1 on the hilltop. We've unloaded some reinforcements into the town. Unfortunately, because of this, I think I've been a little bit distracted. I might even lose this Panzer 4H. Manages to take out that T-34. Down the south, we have remained in control of this flag. He must have tried to push forward and died. And now we do have a push going over. I did manage to knock out that SU-85 with my JU-87. And everything's slowly starting to move up. Oh no. Pioneers are going down. Try to fall them back before we lose too many. Grill should have vision soon. I need to get rid of those strokey. So I actually thought this town would be a little bit harder to take. I thought there'd be more in there, but we managed to secure that pretty easily, and we're just going to try to set up a defensive position now. So we've got the 3 mortars now. Trying to suppress their infantry in the back end of this town. Do have some off-map going in here. Again, I thought there would be more. Oh, they're getting a little bit too close there. Are they gonna... I hope I pull those back. Off-map does go off, but there's nothing really to hit except my own tanks. Just trying to gain some ground here. I think I decided to pull back the pioneers since I don't have any armor. I think that's where these Panzer IVs are going to be moving to. I've also set up a 88 and another Marder 1 up on the hillside. And a couple of Panzer IV-H's coming up. This guy might... looks like he's going to get caught out by that T-34. Hopefully... oh no, it's going to be nice. Side shot. Oh no. We are going to turn around, but I don't think it's going to be in time to do anything. Luckily though, our T-34 does spot and knock that out. Otherwise we may have lost that Panzer IV-H. I think the T-34, wondering whether we should push up onto this hillside or not. The other one is actually falling back. Starting to move up this 88 as well. I've got another one moving up onto the side here. And I want to try to make a push into this town here. This T-34 has actually taken such a beating, and it's finally knocked out. But it managed to hold this position for a very long time. Another 88 getting set up on this hill now. And I'm just pushing those Panzer IV-H's up to make sure that I do keep control of that flag. At this point in the game, it is just reinforcing and maneuvering, getting ready to make those late game pushes. We've got some more Panzer Grenadiers coming up. And I decided to use the remaining of my Osttroopen just to hold this area as well. More reinforcements, some more armor coming up, along with a heavy artillery gun. It does look like the enemy has run out of income. I'm not really seeing too much coming up anymore. He's in a pretty defensive position all around the map, as well as myself, so it's a little bit of a stagnant game at the moment, just until we get enough force to make those big pushes. A lot of artillery barraging us now. Oh, actually, sorry, just one artillery unit continuing to barrage us. You can actually see all the pot shots it's taken, just trying to hit that 88, I believe. So another off map goes off. Again, I'm not too sure what's there. So it feels a little bit wasted just trying to hit one particular unit. Oh, ZIS-2. Do manage to unload those Panzer Grenadiers before it takes out our half track. Down goes Strokey. So with that, I feel confident to push these units up now. And it looks as though he's going to meet our assault with some Superiors, along with this T-34. I'm going to try to keep the Panzer IVs off onto the right flank. And we're going to try to push these guys up, and they're going to hold in the back there. Like that T-34 is going to run into our Panzer IVs. Ooh, nice shots there. Oh, there's a TNT. Panzer Grenadiers do surrender. We do manage to force them to fall back. Getting ourselves a nice foothold on the outskirts of this village. Over in the town, starting to roll off our armour now, so we can start beginning our push onto the end of this town. I've also got my heavy artillery batteries going off. And a little probably run on that Maxim. Oh, there's flaks going off now. ZIS-2 does spot and take out our Panzer 3M recon tank. 88 again. Managed to finish off that T-34. Rockets come in and knock out the ZIS-2. Do begin our push over on the north side and try to knock out those Safiris. There's the surrender. The enemy is going to try to make another push down in the south here, but with my Pack 40 just sitting there, I'm going to have no trouble dealing with those T-34s. You force those Safiris to fall back and manage to capture the flag. Moving up the rest of our grenadiers now as we begin our second push over into this flag. Our heavy artillery has done a good job at knocking out their infantry units. This Su-85 is in a pretty good defensive position. But due to its vision, I don't think it's going to be much of a threat to our push. M2A1 goes down. And I've also dropped some off map. I wasn't too sure what was up here. I thought maybe there'd be some ZIS-2s. Looks like it's actually further back, which is a bit interesting. I'm not too sure why that's so far back. Looks like he must have been trying to defend this flag. Bit of an engagement here. Oh, I think he somehow he spots this G42. I think it's this sniper thing here. So we've still got our heavy artillery just bombing the end of this forest, and the off map about to go off. Oh, direct shot onto those Stormasiki. There it is, knocks him out entirely. There's that Su-85 getting a shot off on our infantry. Panzer 4 does spot the Su-85, but I don't think it's going to win that engagement. No. I think it's using its APCR shells with 180 pen, so... Oh, down goes the grill as well. It's a very nice position. Sappers are trying to knock out those pioneers before I can get up. I do want to try to capture this flag. There's a Ju-87 going to deal with that Su-85. Ah, it doesn't get the kill. Oh, there it is. Right at the end there, almost didn't get the kill. I've also massed some armor here, which I want to push across to try to secure this flag. There's a surrender. Giving the rest of our army plenty of room to advance. There's some more engagements going on. We do want to try to get this flag back, so we're just going to quickly advance those half tracks. T-34 going up against my Panzer 4H. Hopefully we should win this engagement. It does say that I spot him, but it doesn't look as though either are engaging just yet. It's actually the one on the side that's going to engage. Oh, nice shot there. PE3BIS does try to hit my Panzer 4, but a little bit too stressed out by those 88s. I do bring up the BF-109s. A little bit late though. Not going to get too many kills. So we have managed to get those infantry up onto this side of the forest. Unfortunately, the ZIS-2 and Maxim are going to keep that flag under their possession. Trying to knock out the last of that resistance up there in the town. I think we're starting to get ready for, yep, our armor. Pushing up, gonna try to secure this flag. If only I realised that there's only a single unit. Managed to hold on to that. Try and maintain air superiority with these BF-109s. So we do gain control of the flag. I actually did a bombing run, a strafing run on the F-22, Yak 9. Trying to engage with the BF-109s, but does fall back. Some heavy artillery going into the ZIS-2. Which does give us control of the flag. Oh, nice shot there. And then that's game. So we do get a major defeat. Wait, sorry, what? Oh, sorry, we did get a major victory. It's funny that it shows the AI, but so we got a major victory with 4,500 kills and 1,000 losses. See the Ju-87 getting a lot of T-34 kills. I just wanted to look at the 88. I think this 88 got a lot of kills. Wow, this Pack 40, so many kills. I think that's the one down in the south there. I was expecting more kills from the 88s, but yeah, it looks like the Ju-87 and the Pack 40, along with the Marder 1. Marder 1 got a lot of T-34 kills. Thanks for watching.